It's the NFL on EA Sports, and the wait is over for this rivalry game. Great game in store for y'all, and it kicks off next on Madden NFL 25.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Northern California and Levi's Stadium in the South Bay in Santa Clara, California. Great to have you with us in this primetime battle. Mike Tirico and Greg Olson with you. Under the lights, we'll be putting in the spotlight the running backs. These are two teams, Greg, with backs who can tote it and carry it and make guys miss. They're going to give us a fun old-school game on the ground here tonight.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool, Mike, because, I mean, how many of these games have you and I done where we start out saying, all right, the quarterback's the wide receiver, these two electric passing games, that's how these offenses are built. But now we have a little bit of a throwback, and for two teams that unapologetically say, we are going to run our offense through the running back position, we don't see that so often anymore. So for two guys like us that understand and appreciate the legacy and the history of this game, I think it's kind of fun.
From the 6, here comes a return. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Rams offense taking the field for the first time. They're led out, Greg, by the #1 overall pick way back in 2009, Matthew Stafford.
Stafford was one of those guys, Mike, that I think through the first half of his career was probably the most underappreciated quarterback in the entire league. The talent was always undeniable. But when he was constantly discredited for was just the fact that he was on some really bad teams that were left to play really irrelevant football down the stretch. Immediately changed that narrative the second he joined a championship roster. Now, he's just trying to see if he can add some more hardware to that resume and solidify that legacy even further. Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. The NFL's 3rd leading rusher a season ago, it's Kyren Williams. And nothing doing on that run. They'll get back to the line of scrimmage, nothing more. We have an early 3rd down coming up.
Defensive coaches preach every day, Mike, swarm to the ball. Get as many hats to the ball carrier as possible. And this is a great reason why. The ball carrier is able to make the first guy miss, but it was the pursuit from the rest of the defense that's able to get him down and keep him to no gain.
That's taken in by Higbee. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
On the give, it's Williams. And a good one here on the ground across midfield. Let's give him 9 for the carry. Second and a yard. Play action now for Stafford. Throw right side, hauled in by Cup. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
Play action, Stafford. That is caught downfield by Cup. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
Great chance to make an early statement here on the road. It is 1st and goal. They'll run. It's Williams. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
Where a defender makes his tackles tells you a lot about his abilities. And for an interior defensive lineman, Mike, to make plays on the outside of the formation just speaks to his speed, his effort, his ability to run down the line. And we saw it here, and he takes the back down for a loss.
2nd down, it's Stafford. This one caught at the 4. Nice run here on 2nd down, inside the 5, with more options now available for 3rd and goal.
I really like the balance that they've showed so far on this drive, Mike, and what that does is it makes the defense have to defend the entire field. The run game and the pass game, everything looks the same. There's no tells, so they can't afford to just dial up certain schemes to take away a run or a...
And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Demarcus Robinson. Touchdown, Rams. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Joshua Carty comes out now for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Rams will take a 7-0 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This one taken at the 7. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The 49ers offense set to get to work for the first time, led out by the last pick in the draft in 2022. Iowa State's Brock Purdy at quarterback.
Mr. Irrelevant. Well, I think it's safe to say, Mike, he has been anything but irrelevant since arriving in the NFL, and he is living proof. It doesn't matter if you're drafted 1st overall, or in his case, with the very last pick. What does matter is what you do with the opportunity once it's given to you. Nothing real flashy about his game. He simply gets the job done, and that's exactly what his team is counting on him today over these next 60 minutes.
And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
Purdy works out of the pistol. That's caught. Christian McCaffrey. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
3rd down, 3 to go. Out of the gun, it's Purdy. He's got his tight end, Kittle. And he's going to have the 1st down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down.
Well, nothing real fancy here, Mike. Not a huge pickup, but anytime on 3rd down, you got to know where the sticks are, who's your most reliable player, and I think everybody in this booth knows exactly what position that is.
And some good running there. He'll fall forward for about 7. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Throwing from the gun is Purdy. That's taken in by Jennings. And they'll pick up the 1st down, a gain of about 4.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
That's to the sideline and intercepted. Picked off by the former Florida State Seminole.
Well, that's the fast start they talked about all week, Mike. You come out, you take the immediate lead with your opening drive. Your defense goes out there, they force a turnover early. All these plays allow you to just keep stacking momentum early in this ball game. This game is far from over, but anytime you get out to a start like this, it is a lot harder for your opponent to battle back.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. From the gun, this is intercepted. That's the linebacker, Fred Warner. Nothing the defense loves more, Greg, than the opportunity to not only stop a team, but turn them back around the other way. A touchdown on the pick six.
Yeah, the defense just loves getting their hands on the ball when they can, Mike, but it is extra special when they're able to capitalize and take it all the way back for 6.
These are the ones that rip your heart out on the offensive side. Now Jake Moody for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the 49ers will tie things up at 7-7 here in the opening quarter. A touchdown apiece here in the first quarter of play. All even on the scoreboard. And we're back in the Bay Area after this. We're all tied, 7 apiece, and the kick's away. Here's Smith to return it. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. Here come the Rams as their offense trots back onto the field. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, first and 10. They'll start this on the ground. It's Williams. Fighting off tackles, pushing his way forward. Good gain of about 4. Here's 2nd and 6. They'll go again with Williams. He'll get him behind his blockers, get forward for a pickup of 3. Dre Greenlaw in on the tackle. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Working out of the gun, Stafford. That'll be caught by the running back, Williams. A gain there of 10 yards. First down, L.A.
So just think, I mean, a couple minutes ago, we see a pick 6. I mean, the last thing you want to do is on the next time you step in the huddle is go 3 and out. So that's a big conversion. Now they got to find a way to get some of this momentum back, go down and get some points, and let everybody move past that pick 6 we saw in the last possession.
Here's 1st and 10. A shotgun snap to Stafford. And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. Maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Here's Stafford now on second down. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes. So give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
So anytime a defense sees an offense set up with an empty backfield, a lot of times these blitzes, these are checks. And this is where, as a quarterback, you have to understand who is accounted for by my protection and who is not. Anybody who blitzes that you can't block, that job is on you to get that ball out of your hand.
So fourth down, the Rams will send out Ethan Evans to punt. Ricky Pearsall deep for the Niners. That is fielded at the 13. And he'll get a few yards on this return up past the 15-yard line. Here's the San Francisco offense ready to take possession of the ball once more. They'll work in a tie game here in the second quarter and get started with 1st and 10. The NFL's leading rusher a season ago, Christian McCaffrey. And a good one here. He'll be marked down up past the 25-yard line.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
That's caught by McCaffrey. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. Second and 7. Shotgun snap to Purdy. There's a throw right side. It's going to be incomplete. George Kittle was the intended target that time. And 3rd down coming up.
They've been a little up and down in this first half. I mean, they have less than 80 yards of total offense and halftime looms. So missed throws like that, those are missed opportunities. They've got to hit the plays when they have them if they want to have a chance to leave here with a win.
He'll complete that to his fullback. 10 yards the gain on the pitch and catch. It's good for a Niners 1st down.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
A pair of 1st downs gives them 1st and 10 up at the 40. They run straight ahead with McCaffrey. And that one is closed down in the backfield. What a defensive play. Knifing in, dropping him for the loss.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming, and he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
On 2nd down, Purdy. He'll find his open man. That's Brandon Ayuk. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? So Kittle comes in motion. 3rd down. Purdy. Able to complete it to Ayuk. And he's going to be taken down as we hit the 2-minute warning here in this first half. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Purdy. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
Throwing again is Purdy. Downfield, and it's caught by Ayuk. That's catch 3 just on this drop, and it gets his team a 1st down.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the 2nd quarter.
And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
You find yourself in these 2-minute drills, Mike. They're pretty critical moments in the game. They go a long way to deciding the outcome, so it makes a lot of sense. You start looking for your top target, and he comes through for him there.
Back to the air is Purdy. He'll find his tight end, Kittle, on the right side.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
They'll throw again with Purdy. He'll go underneath here, the running back out of the backfield. The Niners will use the first of their timeouts. They get the stoppage with just over 50 seconds to play in this first half. This has been some kind of march downfield. Now, can they pay it off with 6? It's 1st and goal. Purdy gonna put it up again. It is brought in the end zone. Brandon Ayuk, touchdown, 49ers. Moody now for the extra point. It's up and through. And the 49ers will move out to a 14-7 lead. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Rams offense going to take over here in the last minute of this first half. They trail now 14-7 as they'll come up for 1st and 10. Now it's Stafford. Here's a screen set up to Williams. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Now the Rams going to use the first of their timeouts. They stop it here with just under 40 seconds until halftime. Here's a 2nd and 6. They go play action with Stafford. Open man downfield is Higbee. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. A gain of 24 through the air. First down, LA.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
Stafford now to throw on first down. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Throwing again is Stafford. For the sideline, taken in by Cobb.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
Stafford now on 3rd down. It's complete. He's got Cup. And they're going to take this into the red zone to the 15-yard line. A big one there on 3rd down. Good for 26 yards. The Rams use their 3rd and final timeout. So on comes Joshua Carty to try this field goal. This just a little more than a chip shot. 32-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Rams are back within 4 at 14-10.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
Final second now of this first half as this one is away. And this one is fielded in the end zone, will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Purdy. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Christian Rosebou. We saw it earlier, the defense on the quarterback with the earlier interception, and now Greg, not only do they pick him, they turn it into a pick 6.
And Mike, the reality is this has just been a bad first half throwing the football. I mean, not only is it his 2nd interception, but this time the defense gets their hands on the ball and they're able to take it all the way back for the pick 6.
Carty now to add the extra point. The kick is good, so add one more, and it will take a first-half lead into the locker room.
All right, Michael, thanks very much as we welcome you into our downtown Orlando studios and the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This was a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
Coach, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out on top in this second half. Coming up. Three points, all that separates these two sides, has half number 2. Kicks off. Deebo Samuel going to get a chance to return it. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Niners offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. The drive starts with a carry by McCaffrey. Up the sideline to the 40. 18 yards. What a great way to start the drive. It's a first down.
Well, a really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to third down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
They'll give to McCaffrey on the option. Well, they weren't going to get him the second time with the same back. Defense all over that one. They stop him for no gain.
The big guys in the middle of the defense, Mike, the defensive tackles. So often they're asked to do the dirty work. Keep the blockers off the linebackers. Let them run around and make all the plays. But in this case, this guy's able to shed his blocker, make the stop, and keep it to no gain.
They'll send a tight end in motion. Play fake to McCaffrey. Now, Purdy. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Brandon Ayuk, the intended receiver there. And it's going to bring up a third down. Purdy works out of the pistol. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
Through the first half, it was clear. This pass protection, this offensive line unit, they were clearly up for the challenge. The pass rush was non-existent. But here in the second half, you can sense a little bit more urgency. You can see them start playing with a little more speed and intensity, and it pays off there with their first sack of the day.
So on 4th down, the Aussie, Mitch Wishnowski, out to punt. And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. Here comes Cooper Kupp and the rest of the LA offense set for this next Rams possession. And he was unguardable in the first half. You see the numbers as they try to add to those here in the third quarter. First and 10. The drive begins with a run by Williams. And he's taken down, but not until he gets to the 32-yard line.
So as we take a look at the box score, Mike, you realize here they got the lead. We're in the second half, but they don't have a lot of rush yards. It's because they use the passing game to score points and establish the lead. Now, how we judge their run game is from here to the end of the game. Can they pile up yards now in the second half and close this game out?
Kupp in motion. Play action now for Stafford. He'll take a shot. Downfield, looking for Cup. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
Defensively, you put so much effort about defending the middle of the field. You know that's the valuable real estate every offense is looking to attack. But what does that do, Mike? It makes you a little susceptible to the throws outside the numbers, and it leads to a chunk play.
First down, Stafford. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. Cooper Kupp was the intended receiver, and it'll lead to a second down.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
The ball deflected at least a couple of times, and it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
Pass caught right side by Higbee. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up fourth down.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
So the mistake there, the roughing call on the field goal, they'll take the 3 points off the board, keep possession of the ball, and have it first down. From the shotgun, it's Stafford. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Talanoa Hufanga.
All right, Mike, file this play away. If they're able to hold on and pull this game out, we're going to look back on this as the pivotal moment of this game. Oftentimes, it takes that one big moment to sway the outcome of a game, and no bigger play than a pick deep inside your own red zone.
The Niners offense ready to take over possession of the football. They'll begin with first down from their own 11. Out of the gun, here's Purdy. Over the middle to Ayuk, complete. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Here's Purdy. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and it's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
Purdy now on 3rd and 2. That's complete to Kittle, the tight end. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down.
Well, we'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allowed the first down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the first down.
On the handoff, McCaffrey. And he'll pick up 2 out to the 27. Second down and 8. Again, it's McCaffrey. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like, there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. Shotgun snap to Purdy. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him, and instead of just throwing the ball away, he tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more yards than he should have.
The 49ers out for the punt, as he'll hit this from just outside of his own goal line. And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. On the play fake, here's Stafford. That is caught downfield by Kupp. That's a gain of 19 and a very quick first down.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
And he's going to be out of bounds here on what will wind up being the final play of the 3rd quarter. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Working out of the gun, Stafford. That'll be caught by the running back, Williams. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
And what really stands out about this drive is the ability of the quarterback to really spread the ball around to multiple targets and put so much pressure on the defense, deciding who do they want to account for, because no matter who they try to take away, quarterback's doing a nice job of finding the open man.
They'll fake the handoff now. Stafford. He'll let this go towards the end zone. Travarius Ward able to get the hand in there and make the play.
So, of course, you prefer to connect on that throw, but think about it like this, Mike. The more they continue to test this defense downfield, the more it's going to open up some of those shorter passes underneath.
Play action, Stafford. That's hauled in on the left by Nakua. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
Big-time completion right there, and this isn't just a spot where they're trying to run the game out here in the fourth quarter. They were not only trying to pick up points, but they're trying to get in the end zone and extend this lead. So really nice job here late. We're going to see if they can put this one out of reach.
An opportunity for what could be a game-sealing touchdown right here. First down and goal. To the air again. Stafford. That's hauled in at the 2. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times. And then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now they're on the doorstep of the end zone, and they got to find a way to put that ball across the goal line. The thing that stands out to me about this defense, Mike, is they just make you earn everything. They don't concede any downs. You see it here on this last play. Great job here. No gain. Forced third down.
In motion, it's the tight end, Higbee. Now Stafford on 3rd and goal. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Teams practice these situations all week long, Mike. Down here in the tight red zone, you find yourself inside the 10-yard line. You're thinking, we've got to come away with a touchdown. Well, after that 3rd down incomplete, it's going to be real interesting to see how they approach this 4th down after failing on 3rd.
And this one, right down the middle. It's good. A big 3 points as they extend their 4th quarter lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The 49ers offense ready to take over once more. The deficit, 6 points. A touchdown here would be mighty nice for the offense. See what they can do on this drive. 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun is Purdy. Open man is Jennings. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
Big-time play there as they try to cut into this 4th quarter deficit. At this point in the game, Mike, remember, you're just going to get a couple more possessions, so you have to make the most of them, especially with the lead being this close for the taking.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Up the middle, here's McCaffrey. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. Here's 2nd and 2. From the gun, it's Purdy. He'll complete this one. That's Deebo Samuel. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
That is caught at the 3. And the 49ers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That's a really important pickup there on that last completion. Not only does it set up 1st and goal, but allows everybody in the huddle to just take a deep breath. We're no longer in this frantic offensive possession. Let's get our best play. Let's make sure everyone understands.
To the back of the end zone. He's got it. Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, San Francisco. Now remember, all scoring plays are reviewed. Tight game, tight call. They're going to take a good long look at this one. And we'll get a moment here as they look this one over. Remember, the call on the field is what they'll stick with unless they have clear, incontrovertible visual evidence to the contrary. In other words, it's got to be the truth.
After review of the play, ruling on the field stands.
So, ruled a touchdown originally. They didn't find any reason to overturn it, and it stays on the board. So, not home yet. Still a critical extra point here to break the tie. A critical extra point is up and good. They have taken a 1-point lead here in the late stages of this one. So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. Here's Smith to return it. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. Matthew Stafford and the Rams offense getting set to go again. And this defense has really had their way so far, intercepting him twice, forced into a number of bad throws, and generally the D has just made it tough to operate all game long. They'll come up for 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. That is caught. It's Robinson. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd down. From the gun, here's Stafford. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down. The faithful roaring here in Santa Clara. This is 3rd down. A shotgun snap to Stafford. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
They desperately needed that one, Mike. Down here late, they've only got a few remaining snaps to go, and it puts all of the pressure of the game now on 4th down. Let's see what play call they have in a gotta-have-it situation, and right now, this quarterback needs to make his best throw in the biggest moment of the game.
He's going to find his receiver. It's Robinson. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. That is a worrisome development here late in the game. They still have all 3 timeouts, and here we go with 1st and 10. Again, it's Stafford. That's to Higbee, the tight end. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. Throwing again is Stafford. That's caught downfield by Robinson. Now a timeout Rams, that's number 2. And they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in this one. This is 1st and 10. Here's Williams. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. They'll come up now for 2nd down. Williams. And he will not be able to get free. Picking up only a yard. Now it's 3rd down. On the ground, Williams. The Rams use their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. So now, a big spot coming here. This a potential game winner. This kick is good. And they take the lead in the final minute of this game.
Well, there's no more pressure-filled spot for a kicker than that one right here, Mike. I mean, it's very simple. You make it, you win. You miss it, you lose. And what's he do? He comes through to not only give his team the lead, but most likely the victory.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. Here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Purdy. That is incomplete, so the task gets more difficult. Time for maybe 2 plays. That's it. Here comes 2nd down. To throw is Purdy. That'll be incomplete. And now we are down to likely just one more play.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
He'll let one go downfield for Jennings. That is hard. And this is going to be a touchdown. What a finish. They win it on the final play.
And you can see by the look on the defense's face, Mike, they kind of share in all of our disbelief. They know they needed one stop, one tackle, and they win the game, but instead, the play call works to perfection. He looks it in, takes it in, touchdown.
So the faithful here at Levi's Stadium are rewarded. It's a win for the 49ers. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. In the end, a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. That is the difference in this one. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The 49ers get the win here at home as we say so long from Santa Clara.